just introduce myself quickly. My name is Sequoia Johnson. I'm the older adult advocate for the Vaughan Public Library System. And we're very happy to have Juanita Butler here, who is a caregiver education counselor at CHATS, which stands for Community and Home Assistance to Seniors. And we're looking forward to your session, Juanita, on Plan to Age in Place.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Sequoia, for that lovely introduction. Yes, again, my name is Juanita. I am a caregiver education counselor, but I also do presentations and workshops for CHATS, along with booths and all kinds of different things. We wear many hats. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and start. I do promote questions throughout the presentation because if you're anything like me, it gets forgotten. So a question might be there and then you're waiting to the end. But Sequoia, I'm sure will look through the chat if you want to write your question in there. But please feel free to interrupt me and ask me the questions. It's not an interruption, but I feel free to ask me questions throughout the presentation, or you can wait until you get to the end. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, can everybody see that? Sequoia,
Yes.
can you see that? Okay.
I can see it. Okay. I can see the whole, there we go. Okay, that's good now. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so we're going to get started on talking about aging in place. And we're going to talk about a little bit about what CHATS does in the beginning and what programs and services we have. And then going into what government financial services are available. This is it's not a long presentation, but it has quite a bit of information. At CHATS, we really promote mental well-being. So it matters at every stage of life, and older adults deserve compassionate care and support. And we advocate for that. So CHATS understands the unique challenges faced by older adults and an appreciation for unique caregiving stressors for both older adults and the sandwich generation. So strategies for community well-being, we're very big on fostering empathy and understanding towards older adults and help the plan to age at home. And let's work together to promote well-being. As the old saying is, it takes a village to raise a child, but it actually takes a community to plan to age at home. So you need a lot of help from your community to be able to age at home comfortably. So who we are, CHATS is a not-for-profit organization providing service through a wellness framework that enhances program planning and service delivery through healthy aging. Mental well-being support is an additional consideration for all our service options, reducing isolation, promoting independence, addressing caregiver burnout, and promoting a community-based approach. CHATS programs and services offered to older adults and caregivers designed to meet clients' unique needs and wants, aim to keep costs low. We do have subsidies, and that's also available. So if you feel that this cost, we are actually known, CHATS is known to be the cheapest service in York Region compared to other services. I'm not putting the other services down or anything, but we often look at the budgets, we look at the income of the individual prior to us saying it's going to cost you this much. So we find a nice comfort zone for everybody. What we're about, our mission is CHATS advocates for and delivers high quality person-centered home and community services, providing dignity and choice for aging at home. And our vision is older adults live best at home in their communities. If you're anything like me, I don't like being anywhere else but in my home. My home is my sanctuary. So, and this is where I feel most comfortable. And yes, I do plan on aging at home. I'm 57, but I'm now making the plan to age better at home. So I am able to be in comfort and understand the needs that I need to survive for a long age and to be at home longer. This also helps to alleviate any of the retirement homes. A lot of people in the retirement homes are long-term care or having to stay at a hospital for a long period of time. If you plan to age at home, you're better off being there. You're independent. You can get help coming into your home. So it's a lot more comfortable and reasonable and easier on you as well. Change is quite difficult sometimes, but living at home is much better. Okay, so let's explore CHATS programs and services before we get into the government financial things that we have. The best part of CHATS is we have a transportation service. This actually allows you to be able to be mobile without the worry of getting a taxi or Uber or buses. So say, for instance, you need a ride to your doctor's appointment. The best thing about the CHAPS iRide is we will pick you up at home. We deliver you to the doctors. We do not leave, and we do not pick other people along the way. We take you there. We drop you off at your appointment. We wait. And of course, we help you if you have needs that you need help to get into the facility. And then we wait and bring you back home. And say, for instance, you say, "Hi, Mr. Driver, I need to pick up milk." Yeah, absolutely. On the way, we'll stop off and get your groceries. We'll do all those things. Or say, for instance, you'd like to visit a friend or any of that stuff. We do that. Plus, you can have a companion with you when you're traveling as well. Another thing that we have is called Home at Last. That's, say, for instance, you had to go to the hospital in an emergency or whatever, and your family's busy. You simply call up CHATS iRide, and we will come and pick you up for free. And then we will take you home for free. So you'll always get that ride. Doesn't matter time of day. You simply call the emergency line, and we will come and get you. Also, we have an opportunity at Home at Last where, say, for instance, the doctor has given you medications, at the hospital, and you have to get that. We will take care of that. And then we take you home, and then we stay with you for a little bit to make sure that you are well comfortable, that you have groceries, that your medications are done, you're set up nicely. We've made you your tea. We've done everything to make you comfortable until we get everything all in place. Another service that we have is called in-home services. That's actually community, not Home at Last, but it's like Home at Last. What it does, we have a 26-week, it's all free. So it's a 26-week therapy services, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So say, for instance, you have to go to the hospital and then you had a hip replacement or a knee replacement, and then you have 16, 26 weeks worth of therapy. CHATS will actually do this service for free, where they will give you 24-hour, 7 days a week care for up to 26 weeks. So you never have to worry. So everything will all be taken care of until you can get back and stabilize yourself again. So again, that's a free service through CHATS. We also have home health, in-home care, caregiver relief, private personal care and personal support worker. We have Meals on Wheels, assisted living. We also have ADP for anybody who has cognitive behavioral issues. We have wonderful places, adult day program where you can go in and if you know somebody or you care for somebody with cognitive behavioral issues, it's wonderful. It's all day. It's like 3 days a week. And they go in and they do all these crafts and services and they get presented and they have lunches and dances and music and all kinds of wonderful things at our ADP. And we also have tenancy risk reduction services. That's for anybody who does a lot of hoarding and needs somebody to come in. Home safety services, we have home adaptation and maintenance programs. So you have planned to age at home. And what CHATS does is we can go in and fix little things. Like we can, fix your cupboard or make sure that when you're moving small pieces of furniture around or your carpets lift up a bit or, your handrail's broken. We could go in and actually fix that. And we actually do landscaping as well. So your backyard cleaned up or your front yard or snow removal, things like that. So our goal in CHATS is to make sure, like what we do is to make sure you are comfortable, that you can age at home comfortably without having to worry about all of this extra stuff. Again, handyman services, hoarding and decluttering support program. We have Philips Lifeline. I'm sure we all are familiar with that. You press the button and you get help right away. We have visiting programs, so never you have to feel isolated if you are living at home. We have a visiting program where somebody will come to your home once or twice a week, sit down with you, have a cup of tea, and just basically talk to you. And then sometimes we have the walk and talk program where you can go for a nice walk on a nice sunny day, or just have somebody talk to you on the telephone. And we have vulnerable person registry as well. Our community programs, again, are adult day programs, social and wellness programs, and diversity outreach and wellness. Depending on your culture, if you have, let's say, for instance, you would like to plan a get together with your family and all that, and you need some help, we do that. So we help you with whatever cultural events you may have or social events that you may have. So we can help you design all that, organize it, and make sure that it gets done where you're not feeling stressed or overwhelmed. We also have caregiver support and education. I'm not sure if Kathy and or Helga is a caregiver. I know that once upon a time, everyone in this room was a caregiver or eventually will become a caregiver. But we offer a free service to support caregivers through individual counseling, support groups, workshops, and information and referral services. So we often promote caregivers' health and well-being. We enhance caregivers' coping capacity and helps to prevent caregiver burnout. So if eventually you will need a caregiver in your planning to age at home, we offer free services for your caregiver so they don't feel like they are being overwhelmed. So we will help you take care of your caregiver along with your caregiver taking care of you. See, so our job is we take care of the caregiver so they can take care of you better. These are our borders. So the chat's borders. This is where everything I talked about is within these borders. So if you live within this mapping area, we can help you. If you're anywhere south of Steeles, that's home community care. So home community care deals with everybody outside this realm as well as inside this realm, but home community care can help you outside these boundaries. So let's talk government financial help. So before I get into this, does anybody have any questions about the chat's programs and services? I think we're okay. I think Helga's having audio problems again, Sequoia. I can see connecting to audio.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do about that, unfortunately. I think she probably can hear us because we haven't heard otherwise. So yeah, hopefully that's okay for you, Helga.
So we're going to talk about government financial help. A lot of the financial assistance is produced and organized through the CRA, Canadian Revenue Canada Agency. So through the CRA and the government. I'm going to also share with you a guide that one of our CRA agents found for us that I'm going to send to Sequoia to share to you. It's something that you can download online. You can request a paper copy, but that would have to come from you. So if you're interested in getting a paper copy of this guide, you simply click on the link that I'm going to provide for you, and then you can ask to have it mailed to you. But for the most part, there is quite a bit of government financial help areas and links. So again, each government financial link that is going to be shown in a moment is whether you qualify or not. Because what I have discovered by speaking with the CRA agent is a lot of the government financial help is based on what your income is, what your living ability is, what your status is in your health, things like that. So honestly, the only really government financial monthly help that could be possibly given is Ontario Works, right? Or Ontario Disability Program as well. So you can claim those that where you get an extra monthly amount coming in. But for the financial help, you'll have to go into these particular links to see if you qualify. There's one specific one I'm going to share with you because this seems to be a qualification for everybody that can help. Okay. So this is for the seniors. So Ontario Seniors Care at Home tax credit. Anybody who decides to age at home, this would be a link that you can definitely get into and you would be able to get the support that you need. Okay. Reduced co-payment for lower income seniors. This is something that if you have, it's just, things are just too expensive in today's day and age. So depending on your annual income, you may be able to have Ontario Disability, $100 annual deductible waived, because every senior has to pay their $100 deductible when they're going in to get their medications and things. But when you apply to ODP, you get that waived, and you also get it reduced to a $2 per prescription, because Shoppers Drug Mart is at $9.99. You know, Walmart is about $6, $7. I applied for ODP and I get my prescriptions now for $2. So, and my annual deductible has been waived because according to the National World, 55 and older is you are considered an older adult. So I have the right now to get this. So I went ahead and applied for it 2 months ago, and now I don't have to pay the annual deductible. And so that kind of helps with your budget. Okay. There's also the Ontario Drug Benefit Program that you could go and apply for and find out if the cost of your prescription drugs are covered by the province. So a lot of times when people now, and when you get older, you tend to be on a little bit more medications. It gets kind of costly because some of the medications are not covered by the government. But the ODB program actually offers that where you can get them covered, but they would give you a generic brand. So again, you can speak with your doctor about this because generic and then brand name, they have a slight difference in the ingredients that they use. Some of them use a lot of fillers in generic. So you want to actually ask your doctor if a generic is good for you because sometimes a generic brand might be a little bit too difficult on your system, or it might interfere with whatever other medications that you're on. So, but that's something to, just a little bit, do a little research on and see where you could save your money there. Then there's Ontario Seniors Public Transit Tax Credit. You get money back for using the bus. I mean, how great is that? So anytime you ever have to use any kind of public transit, you get a credit, a yearly credit for that. So I would recommend everybody who has to use the transit to go ahead and apply for this. Everybody generally does qualify for this, 65 years or older. And the fact that you can prove that you use the York Region Transit or the TTC by using a Presto card or keeping receipts when you're buying tickets, however it is that you do it, you have proof that you do it. The Ontario Guaranteed Annual Income System is a bit difficult to get, but it actually does give you up to $83 per month to ensure your income stays above a certain amount. So I recommend that a lot of seniors apply for this, even if they feel they can qualify for it or not. So again, if you're 65 plus years old and receive the federal old age security pension and the guaranteed income supplement payments, you could get up to $83 more. So, and that's an extra money that really does come in handy. If you own your own home, Ontario Senior Homeowners Property Tax Grant, this is amazing. I've actually spoken to several older adults who have applied for this and received it. So, and they also received it that when they were doing modifications to their home, they received an additional $5,000. So when they were upgrading their home, they get a $5,000 rebate on their what they're doing. So this really helps. So this one is if you're 64 years old and own a home, you could get up to $500 to help with the cost of property taxes. So that's really good. And at the same time, when you link yourself to this Ontario Seniors Homeowners, it also talks about the grant for upgrading your home. So at least you'll get a little bit of help if you have to upgrade. Okay. Also, it's home and vehicle modification program. This one is really, really interesting because it gives you the cost of making your home and vehicle more accessible. If you, or even somebody who's disabled in your home has restrictions. And this home and vehicle modification program, which is right here, this one here actually allows you to bring money into your home so you can pay for medical devices, even up to getting like scooters and getting like a wheelchair or any kind of shower medical device that you need when you need to lift up a little bit more on the toilet area, or you even need something like if you have stairs and you need that stair climber thing that goes up the stairs, it's a mobile. They help pay for that. So I am under the impression that a lot of older adults are not aware of these services that could possibly help you save money and get the things that you need to survive and live more comfortably in home. So when you're aging, you're planning to age at home, these are the things you want to look into so that you don't have to go out and pay out of pocket thousands of dollars. Getting just a scooter alone is like close to 10 grand, 9 grand, 8 grand, depending on the upgrade that you get. But with the home and vehicle modification program, you don't have to pay that large amount. They're there to help you. And this is a necessity. This is what you need. even when it comes to canes or walkers or the walkers with the wheels, they help with all of that. So this would be an area that you can pick up on and just say, okay, where can I save my money? Where is this going to help me? Now you may not need this right now, but you have every right to check up on it, and you can actually complete a form prior to you getting to that point when you need it, so that you now have this application going. It's a live application, so when you do need it, it's there. My favorite one is the Next Trillium Drug Program. I was on this for so many years because working for a not-for-profit, you don't get benefits. So, and I found out that the Trillium Drug Program helps out a lot of older adults, actually any age for that matter. So if you don't have, say for instance, you're in your Ontario Drug Benefit Program, and you are an older adult and you're receiving the majority of your medications free, you can actually jump over to the Trillium Drug Program as an additional help with cost. So if the ODB does not cover the cost on certain medications that you have, Trillium Drug Program just might do that. And all it is you go in and you have to give your last year's income tax, and then they base it on that. But then you get about 98% of your prescriptions are free. So, and this is really amazing. And if it's not, it cuts it down. So that I think is absolutely brilliant. And the dental care for low income, I don't like the word seniors. I like older adults. I wish they'd change that. So you can actually now, because you can get access free routine dental care for eligibility of older adults, 65 years or older. And it's actually in play right now. So the dental care for low income seniors is in play right now. So you can even talk to your dentist, get all these things together, and what would normally cost $300-400 is now costing you $40-50. So you get better care, better dental care, because you're 65 years of age. I mean, how great is that? I can't wait to be 65 to get all this stuff for cheap. So the Ontario Seniors care to plan at home. This one here is who's eligible. Again, I'll go back. It's this one. Ontario's Senior Care at Home Tax Credit. That's what I opened up here. See, so it says who is eligible. You are eligible to claim the credit if you are turned 70 years of age or older in this year, or have a spouse or common law partner who turned 70 years of age or older in the year. And you have to be a resident of Ontario at the end of the taxed year. Okay. So you could be eligible regardless of the type of dwelling you live in. So you can live in a house, an apartment, a retirement home, a long-term care home. It doesn't matter. The government's not looking at your dwelling, okay? They're looking at the fact that you're 70. So eligible expenses, seniors may require a range of supports to meet their unique needs and circumstances. Eligible medical expenses are the same as those claimed for the Ontario Medical Expense Tax Credit, which can include attendant care, care of a provincial authorized medical practitioner, nurse, occupational therapist. It's this area here that costs money, such as if you need a chiropractor, foot care, things like that, that would cost additional money. This will take care of it. Dental, vision, and hearing care, for example, costs money to get a hearing aid, okay? I mean, I'm talking thousands of dollars to get a hearing aid that's probably for proper use. So this could get very, very expensive. Glasses can get very, very expensive. Okay, so people need reading glasses more, or they need distant glasses more, but the prices are not decreasing, they're increasing. This particular service helps you get these things almost next to nothing. Walking aids, for example, walkers and canes, wheelchairs and electric scooters, bathroom aids, diapers and disposable briefs, hospital beds if you need it, oxygen and assistant breathing devices, renovation for construction that improves a person's mobility. So if you have any of this and you need this, this is something that I would recommend you research and find out more about. Okay, so even if your spouse or common law partner or a dependent has to have these medical devices, you can get these expenses paid for them on your return. So you do get it back. Okay. Any questions about this? Because it's quite a bit of information. Okay. So housing, seniors home and safety tax credit, another one that you can look into that you can get money for. Ontario Electricity Support Program. Electricity is expensive. What are you doing? You're going around your apartment and your house or everywhere else. You're turning all of these lights off because you don't want to keep spending the money. But the Ontario Electricity Support Program can help you reduce your bill. Then there's affordable housing and homelessness prevention programs. If you're finding that you're living on a budget and you need help with your rent, we used to call it quote unquote rent control. And even though you don't live in a rent control environment, you still are entitled to have a rent control in your place. Okay. If you're having problems with your mortgage, they can also help you there as well. So they can help reduce the cost so you have more money that you can save or use for better services. Okay. Again, home and vehicle modification program, Ontario Energy and Property Tax Credit. Everything is at your beck and call. Northern Ontario Energy Credit. I'm not sure where you live, so I put that in just in case you know that there is another area that you actually have to go to if you live in the northern part of Ontario. And Ontario Seniors Homeowners Property Tax. I wanted to reiterate on that. Now, here's the link down here to all of this. Okay, so this is the link right here of where all of these things have come from. The CRA sent me this. Okay, now I'm going to show you something. I'm just going to share my screen and I'm going to show you of the program that we have. Here it is. So this is the program that can be delivered to you either by paper. I'm going to go all the way to the beginning here. Either by paper or you could do it online. And it's
I don't know if we I'm sorry, but I don't know if we can see that. We're seeing the housing, we're seeing the previous page.
Okay, let me see this. Just a minute. Let me fix it. There we go.
Yeah, still okay, there we go. Yeah, got it.
Thank you, Sequoia. I keep forgetting Zoom. You have to go to, when you do a page for page, you got to ask permission to share it. Sorry about that. So this is the guide to programs and services for seniors in Ontario. And this was built in fall 2022, but according to the CRA, all of this is still available in 2024. They are building a new one, but not much has changed in the new one. So I'm not going to go through the entire thing in here because it's quite a bit of pages. It's 38 pages. So just so that you know, or actually it's a heck of a lot more than 38 pages. It's over 100 pages, 135 pages. So, and what it does is just basically helps you. We'll just go through a little bit of this part here, is issues that you may need help with: housing, home adaptations, financial assistance programs, lots of stuff. That's on page 85. I highlighted that for you. Housing options, emergency rental assistance, rent increase, landlord and tenant related. Everything that you need that could possibly be an issue or a concern, or you just want to find out about it, is in this guide. So it's called Guide to Programs and Services for Seniors in Ontario. Okay, and I will definitely send it to Sequoia to make sure that you guys get a copy of this, or you can simply go into that particular link that I had, and then you'd be able to see it there. So I'm going to go back to the actual PowerPoint presentation. Sure that I get there. There we go. Okay, so we're back to the PowerPoint presentation. Does anybody actually have any kind of questions about the guide, or any, like if maybe you want to look at it a little closer?
Feel free to put it in the chat, or you can turn on your microphone or your camera, whichever you prefer.
Yes, exactly. Please, I encourage people to ask questions if they have any questions or concerns. Absolutely. Okay, so we're good. I do know that there's quite a bit of information concerning all of these financial, and it can be a little overwhelming. So again, chats can offer help in this area. If you call up chats and say, I'm a little overwhelmed on all these different types of links I'm supposed to go to and all of these things, I would recommend that you look at the guide first and see if that can possibly help you. It's a little bit more self-explanatory, but you could have a visiting call if you'd like, where we can go through this together. You just simply call up chats and ask them if you could just speak to somebody about, plans on aging at home. And I'm sure Sequoia has a lot of resources as well. Is that correct, Sequoia? Of who they can go to.
You feel free to get in touch at the library. We have the live chat. You can do it that way or call us.
Exactly. So there's always someone to help if you feel overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed when I see I don't know where to go, what to do. You know, when I'm looking for something, I want it right now. I have no patience to wait. I want something right now. So if I need something or I can't pay for a script or I'm getting some issues going on with my health, I want the information now. You know, and that's what this is for. Okay, so concerning your health, there's also links on long-term care home rate, reduced co-payment for lower income seniors. We get assistant device programs. You can get money for this. You can also get free assistant devices as well. Again, go into the Ontario Drug Program because they do deal a great deal with people with health, and the Trillium Drug Program. So, and that's the end of the presentation. So if you should have any questions or concerns, again, I'm going to send this to Sequoia, and I'm sure if there's a question that you'd like to send by email, she'll alert me or she'll be able to answer it as well. So.
Great. Thanks so much. It's great that you broke down all of those services and benefits that are available. And the guide, I'll be sending out Juanita's slides. So that link will be on the slides. And it looks like it's over 100 pages, but
yeah,
it's gonna outline
right now. I'll put the link in the chat right now so that should they want to see it now and not have to deal with it, you know. So there's the guide right now. If you want to click on it, it'll automatically populate and open for you.
Great. I want to thank you very much. And it's wonderful that you're in the community and people can reach out for more help should they need it. And thank you so much for this presentation. It's been very helpful.
You're welcome. Sorry it went so short, but I had so many links, and I was hoping there would be questions, Helga and Kathy, but it's all good. I guess I got a little too wordy sometimes, but yeah. But if they need anything, they could just reach out, Sequoia, for sure.
Okay, yeah, reach out to Chats, or we're not as expert in the public library in this area, but we can always help. We can always do our best to help you as well. If you either come into the library or call us or go on the live chat.
Yes, and the person from CRA has offered that should they have any questions about any of these, I am allowed to give out her contact information upon request. So if Kathy, Helga, or yourself, Sequoia, has questions for Jamie at CRA, I can pass on her contact information so you can go directly to the horse's mouth about things.
Oh, okay, that's great to know. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye.